Kansas State School Board made national news for its decision to teach intelligent design alongside evolution in public school science classes. It was the doctrine of the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster. The theory, the religious belief that a big spaghetti monster and he alone created mountains and trees, that if intelligent design was to be made a part of the curriculum, then the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster had to be there too.
A reading from the Book of Linguini. When he had cooked the pasta, he found that its taste was divine, and in that moment he truly knew that he had been inspired by it. But something felt wrong, as he had not felt that gentle touch of appendage. Even draping some of his newly made pasta onto his shoulder did not give him that intense feeling of meatball-flavored love. The FSM did not see how Linguini suffered, as he was still suffering with his holy hangover, and had previously been displeased with Linguini, so was ignoring him for a while.
In the year 2005, Bobby Henderson sent a letter to the Kansas State Board of Education. The board made a decision to consider evolution a theory rather than fact, and to teach intelligent design as a viable alternative in high schools. Acting as a concerned citizen, Henderson stated in his letter that his satirical beliefs of a flying spaghetti monster were just as valid as the concepts of creationism and intelligent design. Posting his letter on the internet, Henderson's appeal became a viral internet sensation, receiving both positive and negative responses. This event would ultimately spark the popularization of Pastafarianism. Today, the belief system has gained a significant following and has been recognized as an official religion in countries such as New Zealand, Poland, and the Netherlands.
You've reached the Pinellas County School Board office. We're unable to take your call at this time. After the tone, please record your message. When you finish recording, hang up or press the pound key for more options.
Hello. I was searching on the internet.
Are you still there? After the tone, please record.
They're closed.
You have reached the offices of the Pinellas County School Board members. Ann Simonetti, Administrative Assistant to the Board, and Diana Fraser, Secretary to the
This
Board.
goes farther than we think.
An ancient Pastafarian relic was unearthed on October 8, 2015 in present-day Albania. The bottom of the stone tablet has a picture of the flying spaghetti monster getting drunk from the wine jugs. There have also been many rally sightings for the popularization of the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster. During these rallies, supporters dress up as pirates to acknowledge their pre-evolution selves. On August 9th, 2015, a sighting off the Angolan coast of the Flying Spaghetti Monster was recorded. This encouraged science journalism to talk more about the Flying Spaghetti Monster.
How does a religion come to fruition? If you look at classical religions, such as Christianity or Judaism, they are formed by the lay people to give them a sense of comfort, that someone with great power and influence is looking at and protecting them, while no one else is, and who will reward them for their suffering in another life. If they gain popularity amongst the entire society because those in control saw it as an opportunity to create social order, this is shown prominently in India with Hinduism's caste system. So how does this apply to the founding of Pastafarianism, a belief system founded for the purpose of satirizing the idea of creationism? It has no purpose in creating comfort, as it does not appeal to people that are suffering and seeking comfort or peace of mind. Yet in a way, it does provide some form of social order. Pastafarianism, created with the intent of preventing creationism from being taught in public schools, acts as some form of social order. It pushes for the acceptance of scientific theories as universal fact given order, which is also why Pastafarianism was able to grow to its size today. Anything that provides order will gain popularity for at least some period of time.
This kind of order forms the backbone of any sort of movement, as it helps create a sense of community among like-minded individuals. A problem exists, though, when the basic principles of the movement give way to fanaticism. Their nonsense beliefs are being taken seriously by a growing number of people, so that what began as a satire of foolishness turns into its own form of idiocracy. Since Nanuet's a community containing mostly Catholic, Jewish, and atheist followers, we had trouble locating an actual adherent. So one of the crew members took it upon himself to become an official minister of the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster.
So I'm now an official minister of the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster, which means I can officiate religious ceremonies such as marriages, baptisms, last rites, and casting away false prophets.
And now that Des was an official minister, we decided to hear him out on some of the specificities of the Pastafarian religion.
First of all, we have to bring up the two most important figures, number one of which being the Flying Spaghetti Monster himself. The Spaghetti Monster, or his noodly appendage as he is often referred to, is who we at the church believe to have created the entire universe and everything in it, including evolution, as we believe in the theory of intelligent design. Intelligent design, of course, is the theory that the universe and living things can be explained by an intelligent cause, and not something as indirect as evolution. Anyway, the Flying Spaghetti Monster is believed to be invisible and undetectable, though recently there have been the sightings as we saw before. He is, as we said, the creator of all things, but as readings show, created all things because he was, in fact, drunk, and created evolution in order to test his followers. The next important figure or figures are pirates. The church is of the belief that humans evolved from pirates, not primates, as humans bear much more resemblance to pirates. Recently, the lack of pirates is believed to have caused global warming, and in terms of a Christ-like figure, the great pirate Solomon is believed to have led the very first pirates. In terms of heaven and hell, they're very much alike. Heaven, of course, has the famous beer volcano and a stripper factory. In hell, the beer is stale and the strippers are all diseased.
But words can only do so much justice to heaven and hell, so we sent John on an assignment to get the first-hand account.
Hey, there's the beer volcano. Hey, there's the stripper factory.
And just like any self-respecting religion, the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster observes many holidays. The first of which is one that we're surprised has caught on at the level that it has. It's called Friday, and it's observed weekly. Pastafarians are required to take it easy and chill, and get some sun if possible in their area. Then of course there's Passover, where Pastafarians eat food that is cooked in his image and parallels the Jewish holiday of Passover. Then the final major holiday is Ramadan, which you'd think would resemble Ramadan, but actually Pastafarians don't fast or pray at all. They dedicate the time to eating only ramen noodles and giving ramen noodles to the needy. A few other minor holidays include Talk Like a Pirate Day, Beer Day, Pastafarian Headgear Day, World Pasta Day, and Halloween.
I ask questions. You give me answers. This is my inside scoop on Pastafarianism. Do you truly believe in Pastafarianism?
Not many people take the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster seriously. I, however, having left my original faith of Christianity, want to highlight the fact that I truly believe in the people of this religion, regardless of what other people seem to have against them. I think the things that the religion stands for are worth believing in.
What did you believe in before your conversion? How did you convert?
Like I said before, I was once considered a Christian. I was raised in a home where we went to church sporadically, never even once a month. I never truly had the chance to see what religion was for myself. My mother went on and on about the rules I had to follow to stay in the faith. Everything was too strict for me, so I decided to leave the religion behind. I never truly believed in anything that Christianity highlighted, and my mother wasn't thrilled with my decision, but had to accept the new atheist me. When I was introduced to the Pastafarian religion by a friend this year, I too was skeptical of its weird beliefs and faith. Eventually, though, my friend showed me how open the believers of Pastafarianism were, and what positivity they portrayed. When I went to a meetup, there were 150 Pastafarian members, and each and every one of them were positive and polite. None of them forced me to believe in anything, and the atmosphere was so much more open than my old church services. I knew then that I had found a home in this religion.
Does it surprise you that there are so many believers of Pastafarianism?
No way. With so many strict religions out there, I'm not surprised that more and more people are converting to Pastafarianism. It's a refreshing break from the strict nature of so many religions out there, not to mention the persecution and terror associated with some of the biggest ones.
What are some basic practices of your belief that you actually take part in?
I'm not going to say I believe in the flying spaghetti monster any more than I believe in God, but I do wear a colander during meetups and listen to the minister speaking. I make a point of going to a meeting a week, if not to be convinced more of what exactly the religion entails, than to socialize further with my fellow Pastafarians. I also happily take part in Ramadan and Passover.
Do you do something for your faith on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis that has contributed to your belief? Are there any holidays or festivals that you've recently taken part in?
I am a recent convert to the religion, only 4 months and counting, so I'm not extremely involved in the beliefs of Pastafarianism. I do attend weekly meetings, listening to ministers and enjoying some pasta.
Do you know anything about the founder of your faith, or the religious book of your faith?
I do know about Bobby Henderson and the Holy Book of Our Religion. I have read the book and its similarities to the Bibles I used to be forced to read, so I don't take that too seriously. I've been in contact with Bobby Henderson through email, and I am pleased to know our founder is such a kind man.
What reception do you get from those who learn of your belief? Do they accept it or write it off as a joke?
I get a huge negative response to those who know of my faith. America is a pretty religious place nowadays, and there are many who don't respect my religion as legitimate, even though it's outlined in the very Bill of Rights. Others joke about it and even make fun of me for believing, but I continue to believe in Pastafarianism because I have never met believers so accepting and nice. My mom had the worst reception, but when she realized I don't necessarily believe in the God of the religion, but rather the atmosphere, she is more accepting. Considering how devout some Pastafarians are, however, I plan to become more mindful of the Pastafarian faith and hope to continue becoming more believing in aspects of the faith.
Why do you think Pastafarianism has grown to such an extent? Considering its somewhat lenient and joking beliefs, does it represent a serious outlet of spirituality or not? Could it ever compare in support or legitimacy to religion on the scale of Catholicism, Christianity, or Islam?
I think Pastafarianism has grown to such an extent because it's a place where people can seek acceptance instead of strict rules and regulations. People have the freedom to do what they want in a lenient system without the worry of pissing off a strict God, dealing rather with a newly appendage. I think that any religion that has this many followers and such an organized belief is without a doubt serious, and though it's fairly new and may not compare with religions like Christianity and Islam now, it could very well reach that point in the future.
In the end, Pastafarianism seems to be the product of a healthy sense of skepticism, at least in its original teachings. Its founder, Bobby Henderson, once commented, "We are not anti-religion. We are anti-crazy nonsense done in the name of religion. There's a big difference. Our ideal is to scrutinize ideas and actions while ignoring general labels." But many observers as well as followers mistake FSM for a cult of nihilism and self-indulgence. Because of this, it becomes difficult to discern the exact legitimacy of the religion. This raises the question of whether it should be lawfully recognized, and forces us to consider just how much leeway we're willing to give a belief. Ultimately, the most valid beliefs will be the ones that are recognized, and will end up being the most useful. For this to happen, we must continually scrutinize our own attitudes, as well as the attitudes held by others. Often these attitudes go unstated, but they always are attested to by our actions. These ideas form the basis of any critical ideology, an ideology like Pastafarianism, which has gained much popularity in the past few years, though it's yet to be seen how effective they are in achieving their goals, and whether we're to experience major changes in the way we think about belief.